Hello there, folks. Welcome to this wonderful nighttime stream we're going to be doing again. Nice little casual stream tonight. Getting into of the Space Quest collection. Today we're going to be doing Space Quest 2. Don't know if it'll be a quick stream or don't know if we'll get through it in the one day or not, but it's going to be one of those. Should be interesting. I played around just a little bit to make sure the version that comes with the collection is just the regular version. It's not the VGA one with the nice mouse controls, unfortunately. Um, but at least we can kind of go through and do our best with trying it out. So I'm gonna hit the button to launch and switch on over. I am not gonna give you should be loading here at least the sound yet though, because I don't want that to be a problem. Come on. I hit the button the first time and it was like, no, we're not going to launch. But let's do this best we can. Yeah, it's nice and loud, so I don't want to blow out eardrums, and I can't do anything about that until we get into the game again. And it's because it's this version, not the VGA version, it's also very bit noisy. But like anything, these are classic games, and the people who put the hard work into them just as you will recall in our last chapter, you had just foiled the Syrians' fiendish plot to rule the galaxy by using the Star Generator as their weapon of destruction. You became a hero, saving countless lives and turning the Star Generator technology into safe hands. Life was beautiful. But heroes come and go, and people soon forget. Your celebrated hero-dom slowly fades, leaving you, once again, a janitor. The promotion to head janitor was no consolation, especially since you are the only member of the janitorial staff, nor was the transfer to Orbital Station 4. Sweating like a pork beast in a pressure suit while relocating space debris in zero gravity just wasn't your idea of a good time. Life sucks. Again. Gee, I think Roger understands us more than anyone else. I have to wait until after this, I believe, in order to get my nice spot to be able to get into menu and change certain things like volume. There we go. Oh, nope. Don't tell me I just. Okay, good. Orbital Station 4 is one of many orbitals orbiting Xenon, your home planet. It is a transfer point for travelers seeking transportation to the various planets in the Irnon system. As we begin this chapter of our story, we find you, Roger Wilco, ace janitor, doing what you do best. Okay. Let us go to where is it? No, I want sound on. Is there no? That's not the speed. What's? I could swear there was a way to change the volume. I guess not. Well, hopefully it's not too loud. If I have to, we'll figure out a way of going over and adjusting that. See object. Carry nothing. Okay. Game does not like some of this stuff, does it? Uh, Beep emanates from your wristwatch. You release your grip on the broom. Broom floats away, never to be used again. That makes the third one this week. Wait till your boss finds out. Okay. We got that. C? There we go. Roger Wilco, get in here on the double. You've got a mess to clean up in the shuttle, which just returned. One of the passengers got space sick on the way down. Besides, you should have been done out there an hour ago. Get a move on. That, the image disappears. Alright. Stand by for decontamination. Okay, I hope that sound isn't too loud. Grab. Look. It's the airlock chamber. From here, you can gain extra vehicle access. Spare suits hang on the back wall. Some lockers are mounted on the side wall. Grab here. Yeah, this is the annoying. This was the type ones were always very ill on logic, for like what the actual thing was called, and yeah, if I hit tab, that's gonna give me nothing, right? Let me, because I don't care about spoiling anything. I did prepare just so I have access if needed, a guide to see. Okay. Let's get close. There we go. And then open locker. Get all. And now, if we check our inventory, we have an order form, a supporter, a dialect translator, and a puzzle. Okay. Ugh. I think I will just generally keep the guide just for reference on what to type. Because, dear God, just figuring out the right terms is we're gonna sit here forever. It's about time you got in here, Roger Wilco. Head for the shuttle bay on the double. I'm warning you, you're on your last leg around here, bud. One more screw up in your history. He then orders the transportation officer to send you directly to the shuttle bay and nowhere else until the job has been completed. Which tells me, I'm guessing we stand on the yellow thing here. Yep. And over and into the tube. Still confused because I could swear when I played around with this before there was a sound volume, but it may be thinking, because I went and looked at all of them, there may be something else. Alright, let's enter the shuttle. Come on. Gotta love old school graphics. I wish I had the VGA version. Probably be a little easier to figure some of this up. You enter the shuttle and start sniffing around for the mess you must clean. You are surprised to find that the shuttle is not empty. There are two extremely ugly suckers walking towards you. Hey, what the? Your favorite what the? Your favorite expletive here. Your protest is cut short as two interstellar ruffians proceed to thump you unconscious. Everything fades. Time passes. There we go. A strange dream turns into the realization that you are being shaken and talked to by a voice unfamiliar to you. A dull ache triggers a distant memory of a scuffle in which you were the focal point. Upon awakening from your forced rest, it becomes quite apparent that you aren't in Kansas or Xenon anymore. You find that you are being held upright and under physical restraint from both sides by, guess, the galactic goons you met on the shuttle. As you try to struggle free, you notice that your hands are tied behind your back. As the eyes dial into focus, you make out an oddly disfigured being seated before you. Sagging mass of flesh that appears to have been human at one time, tubes and wires extended from his body leading the machines which keep him alive. Suddenly his visage stirs and he begins to speak. Well, did we have a nice nap? I thought we would have to resort to drastic measures to wake you. Oh well. Welcome to my humble fortress, Roger Wilco. The name's Vohal, Sludge Vohal. I was the genius behind the star generator when it was still in the concept stages. It was to be my ultimate war weapon until some sissy pants scientist decided it would be better used saving lives rather than destroying them. What a waste of technology. Excuse me if I sound bitter. Anyway, you ruined my Sarian operation. I was going to use the star generator to make Xenon pay for what they did to me. They were going to know my wrath in a big way. You somehow managed to change all that. Oh, I suppose I should have known better than to use those mental midget Sarians. That's not the point, however. You are responsible and you shall pay. Besides, I have another plan, and you'll not be around to foil it. I have devised a plan so horrible, so frightening, so diabolical that no one will be able to stop me. Observe my latest creation. Oh dear God, it's a used salesman. I intend to infest your planet with thousands of these genetically engineered door-to-door life insurance salesmen. I will at least reap sweet revenge from the scientific community that mocked me. Oh, it's worse than used car salesmen. It's insurance salesmen. Oh, the horror. Be afraid. My plan was to kill you, but I've had a change of heart. Get it? He peers down to the hoses protruding from the chest and connected to a life support system. Forgive me, I'm a kidder. See, the life insurance salesman, that was bad. This is just a bad pun. Don't get a laugh out of that. I've decided I would get much more enjoyment watching you suffer. My associates will escort you to the surface of Labion, where you will perform many painful hours of manual labor in my mines. Be seeing you. An injection renders you unconscious. Your drugged carcass is loaded into a shuttle. Upon reviving, you look through the viewport to see Vahal's massive asteroid fortress getting smaller. Oh, it's the Planet of the Apes. After touching down on a giant landing platform, you are ushered to a hovercraft waiting to transport you to the mining site. Utter despair sets in. And sorry if the volume's a little loud. I have no control over that right now. Or at least not easy control. Best I can do is I think F2 will turn the sound off for a moment, because that is loud and annoying. Uh-oh. Oh, great. I suppose we're out of fuel. Way to go, Gorf Breath. Turn the sound... I can't turn the sound back on right now. Don't blame me. It was your turn to fill up. You're always forgetting to do it. Wait till the master finds out. You're in big trouble. Hey, don't talk to me that way, you slime bucket. I filled it last time. Dip. The argument between the two guards is cut short as gravity reasserts itself. Good thing that guard broke your fall. He doesn't look too happy about it, though. So I guess we should be able to... Actually... Nah, hopefully that's not too bad. Search... Man? Okay. So you search the grotesque body and find a small, thin magnetic card. It looks like a key card. You seem to recall seeing one somewhere in the past. Gee, I wonder. So let's get key card. Okay. Alright, now we want to walk over to the wreckage here. And push button. You press the button, the light goes dark, and you no longer notice the high-pitched beep. Oh, thank God. That sound was annoying. Alright. So like I said, I'm gonna use a guide to help get through some parts of this. We go north. Ah. Village here is okay. So it's not that way. Huh? There was supposedly a hovercraft thing. I'm missing something. There's got to be a way north that I'm missing. There we go. Where the easier twang followed by high pitched shriek. Might have missed something. Let's go east. Okay. Am I captured? Oh no, okay, he's on this side of it. Phew, that was a tense moment. Valhal's thugs failed to spot you and is off to search elsewhere. Okay, good. So we succeeded in what we were supposed to do. Now we need to head now we head east. There we go. Guess we again continue east. No. I'm confused. I don't know enough of this game, and I will admit this is a little weird. Think we may be about to die. Yep. I should have saved. Huh. I completely forget. There's no 8 autosave. These are the kind of things you have to save regularly, otherwise you die. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna just do that, because hopefully that's a little bit better volume for you guys. I don't want the game way too loud. Alright, Restore. Yeah, I don't have. So restart. Let's try this again. Look, watch, see. Mhm. Yeah, yes, we know. Oh, F2 when done. Okay. Or F10 when done. I knew I thought there was a button there. Let's start this over again. And try to remember to save periodically this time. Okay, get close. And locker, get all. Oh, I just realized something I didn't do. Oh well, let me do this quick, just so I have a better visual on everything going on. Sorry about this. I needed a certain better visual on some timing stuff. Okay. Time to get kidnapped again. And yes, this is where sometimes the sounds I make come from in the music. It does get stuck in my head sometimes. Not that I do that sound often. It will be nice once we're done with this one. This will be the only one that we have to do like this. Space Quest 3, we at least get partial mouse controls. We're just gonna skip all this. We already went through all this, including the insurance salesman bit. All right. Let this go until... Come on. Eventually it's going to tell us it's empty. There it is. Nice little argument. Gravity reasserting itself. And the guard breaking our fall. Alright. Search man. Get key card. Go ahead and push button again. Come on. Can't type sometimes. Alright. And then F5. Ooh, let's save. Are you serious? It doesn't... Why? Oh, because it's not just common, and that means it doesn't have enough length for it. Hold on. Let's make a folder. See. Just do that. Let's see if I do. Okay. Slash SQ2. Does it have to be C colon? Are you telling me? Because I changed it, I lost the whatever the default was. Okay, let's try. Does it may not. I wonder if it doesn't like the space that I put in this. Yes, it does exist. I just made it. Well, I think we may have to do this in one playthrough because it looks like it may not let us save. Ooh, that no, but that's still gonna be a problem. Because if I die, then we have to start all over from the beginning. Why is it not recognizing that? I wonder if it's because I... Let's try closing out and fully restarting it quick. Because I'm wondering if it's not recognizing it because I just made it. we're gonna do this again. But... Oh, did I? I started the wrong version. Hold on. Legacy Collection. Not that it seems to make a huge difference, but it does generally seem like it might be a little different. Just do that. Come on. There we go. Back where we were. That's centered. Let me see. Save. Okay, see, that would work. So, let me... over here where I can kind of make a note. Let me copy that in a notepad. So I know what the freaking save file should look like. Just in case, but let's see. First, if I just do this. Good. That's what I wanted. Okay. Look. Dang it. Now we can save. It's what I needed. More than anything else, I needed the ability to save. Alright. Even if it's only temporary. Had a rough start. First half hour was less about trying to solve the game and more about trying to solve our save problem. So let's skip through all of this stuff again. So we know we just got yelled at to go clean a ship. Yada yada. Decontamination. Get close. Open locker. Get all. Head west. We're gonna start memorizing more of this as if this keeps happening. But at least now I can save when we land, so we can start where we have to. Time to get yelled at, yada yada. Last straw to clean this stupid thing, which makes no sense. I don't know if that's just an idiot boss, which is representative of a lot of bosses, or somebody who's on the take for all of this as well and wants to see us suffer. Mad about how we saved them. Ugh. All right. Yeah. Time to go get beat up again. Yada yada. Yep. We wake up dealing with Vader wannabe who's gonna torture us with insurance salesmen. Like, at least his evil plan is better than the heart joke. Ugh. Mhm. I was not expecting the file name size limitation to be one of the problems we would have, though. Thankfully, this should be the only game where that's an issue, though. I'll check Space Quest 3 before we do that, just in case. Uh-oh. Yada yada. Gravity. Good old crash. Alright. Uh-huh. Let's again. Search man. What? Search. Go. Get the card. Push button. There. Oh, I hit F4, not F5. Well, I hit both F4 and F5. There we go. That's what I wanted. Landed. Sure. All right. East, you hear a twang followed by a pitched shriek. So that's supposed to let you know that, yeah, there's somebody that got trapped. All right. Sit here for a second because we just heard the hovercraft noise. um. I wonder if it might go down and east. Because like east here is all foliage, and up there was a water issue that was just gonna be death. No one here. Let's just resave. This would be us heading east. It says... Yeah, there's no one here to do that with. And I feel like if we continue east, that's going to be more of a problem. Guess the easiest thing would be if I go west and I see blue spores, and that at least means... in other words, heavily wooded area. That doesn't help me, and I don't know what that device is, so... But is there an east here that I can actually do? What happens if I hit look here? Huh. Nope, that's all foliage. What about here in front of the box? Ah, there it is. Okay. Tech setup. Yes. Okay. Freed him. Before disappearing through a tiny hole in the bush, the little creature gives you a long glance. Okay. So we freed him. Good. Now that we figured that out, let's save again. Because screw these freaking old school adventure games. Very easy to get screwed over. But at least while we're doing this, and especially since we've got this, I at least have a general guide. Stand next to the blue spores on the ground. Note if you actually step on them, you are paralyzed. Alright. I want to get like here and then hit get spore. One of the spores, being careful not to mistakenly break it open. Go north. Well, the only north requires us to go this way. Definitely save here. All right. So yeah, this is one of those we've got to be very careful just to not step on one of the blue roots. And make it all the way over to that big opening. Ah, crap. Good, you succeeded in establishing contact with one of this planet's life forms, and it looks like you'll get to examine it up close and personal. The giant root-looking thing is giving you a guided tour of its digestive system. What you experience next is too horrible to describe. Let's just say that you die as a result. You are dead. Trust me. It may please you to know that during the night, you didn't digest well for a while, gastric distress made it extremely unpopular with the other root monsters. Way to go, Wingnut. Once again, you've demonstrated your inability to sustain life. You quickly glance around the room to see if anyone saw you blow it. Thank you for playing Space Quest 2, Roger Wilco. You've been swell to watch. Have a nice day. Except this is why we saved. Oh, bull. Oh, this is gonna probably take a few goes. Let's just save here. Another good clearing to save at. Okay. Hey, we made it. Good. Do the miss. So. The whole point of this was just to come here and get berries. And now we have to go back. Oh, God, full. That freaking same one again. Huh. Yeah, this just generally makes sense. Just gonna sit here half the night. Trying to make our way through a stupid, simple maze. Okay. Made it back here. Resave. Of course, because I saved, we make it. Huh. This is why we saved. past that one because apparently we aren't guaranteed free. And people wonder why people used to get frustrated at old school point and click or text-based adventure games. All right. Go south, we go east. All right. Apparently that thing up there is actually very useful. Go this way. Up the plateau here. Read order form. It's an order form you removed from the magazine for a free Libyan Terror Beast mating whistle. It's ready to be mailed. Well, isn't that just useful? Mail order form. Drop the order form into the box. The mailbox hums and buzzes for a while, then an object of some sort drops into the tray at the base of the box. The machine goes silent. So we get the whistle. All right. Now, head east twice. Oh. Honestly, I'm very happy I pulled up this general guide to help walk through this because while the game is interesting, God, this would have been just absolute loss. All right, let's save again. And that was supposed to be our clue. What he was doing there is rub berries on body. Berries all over your body. You now smell like a walking ammonia inhalant. The water becomes deep enough to dive. The right spot is in the second screen, in the middle of the screen. All right. So. We gotta go east twice. Did the berries not? Oh, you feel something slimy clamp down on your leg, and almost as suddenly spit you back out. You distinctly hear the sound of an aquatic gagging and retching. Evidently, you had a bad aftertaste from the berries. Ah. Okay, cool. So that's why the berries. No, it's gotta be. Because that's out back out. So we apparently we go. Unless this isn't the swamp. Or what looked like ground was actually not ground. Oh yeah, that's ground. So then where's... To a deeper area of the swamp, you are forced to swim. There we go. Is that the only spot? Okay. So that's gotta be it. Deep breath, fill your lungs, bursting air, deeps below. Hmm? It's not. Okay, we had to go up a bit. Surprised we're not dead yet. I know I personally couldn't hold my breath that long. There we go. Now we hit get gem. Huh. All right. Let's actually save again and sort of pause it here so we can go ahead and take a little bit of a break to run some ads, and then we will continue. Well, following the guide to get through this, because in all honesty, yeah, this is not. This is a lot more confusing in trying to figure out places to go. So, be back in just a little bit. All right, back again. I did have to grab a cough drop just because I could feel a little bit of a cough coming, but let's get back to the game and do our best, hopefully, to get on through this. Uh, yeah. Hold breath. At least we didn't have to tell him to breathe when we got out of the water. That's the kind of thing I can imagine a game like this to do. Here we go. Now, out of the deep spot, you are back on in soggy feet. There we go. Now, game. There we are. I'm like, where the hell did we go? I was gonna say, let's save again. God, I didn't realize just how quiet this would be through most of it. Well, as I said, I'm here to chat, especially since I've got a guide to help me through this. Definitely not too hard to just sit here and talk to you guys if you got anything you want to talk about. Again, I want to go over to this thing. Tree. Tree is dead and seems to be free of the slick secretions some of the others generate. You begin to shimmy your way up. Crack. Holy log jams, Batman! You almost ate the big one. God, the old days when that was a relevant joke. And we shimmy across and go east and keep going east until you get caught in a trap. Okay. Yikes! You have been snared, suspended above the ground. You are unable to move freely. Okay, so I have to wait. After a while, the cerebral fireworks begin. Capillaries begin to burst under the strain. You pass out. Once again, time passes, and then some more time passes. While unconscious, you have the strangest of dreams. You imagine that your name is Larry. You are wearing something known as a leisure suit, apparently made of 100% synthetic materials and proven to generate large amounts of static electricity. AKA, hey, go play our other game, Leisure Suit Larry. While prowling a locale known as the Land of the Lounge Lizards, you spend your time badgering women in the area to participate in bizarre mating rituals such as. Just then, consciousness begins to creep in. In other words, like I said, Sierra, at the time, they're popular, but no one knows their stuff, and they came up with this idea of a more adult, mature game called Leisure Suit Larry. Let's advertise our other game in this one by saying it's a dream sequence that Roger is having. Yes, because that's always a good idea. Your head begins to clear, and you realize that you have been imprisoned. Your captor appears to be that large oaf sitting near the fire. The hunter seems to ignore you. The hunter stands and takes a long look in your direction. His face, though strange in its own right, bears an expression one might see on a freak show patron. He moves closer. Upon impact with ground, the spores open and spew its dust into the air. The hunter falls to the ground paralyzed. Save. I hope this doesn't screw me up. Get key. You reach through the bars and take possession of the key. Unlock door. You slip the key into the lock and give it a turn. The lock snaps open. Open door. Alright. Walk to a rock next to the cage. Let's do this to get rope. And we can leave. First, let's do a new save and call it Escape. Okay. Oh, hey, that's where we landed, and that's a ship leaving. That may not be good. Go west. Oh, hey. Doesn't this place look familiar? Really? Okay. You smoothly step off the edge of the fissure. Gravity has its way with you, and you are sucked into the depths of the fissure at a very high rate of speed. Needless to say, you hit the bottom, and your mortal remains are redimensioned to the point where life is no longer an option. Will you never learn? All right. I don't know if that's because I was a pixel too high or what, but it also shows you just how unforgiving the old games were. Okay, climb log. Tie rope on log? Really? Climb rope. There we go. Um, swing. Step 6 key to jump to ledge. You must be timed well. Let's save. Hmm. Mm. There we go. Yeah, Had to wait for the creature to try to grab you. Enter the cave. Okay, we have to go into darkness, and then we hit use gem. Take out the gem and hold it in your palm. The room is illuminated, but by its glow, you hear the small shriek and the sound of many footsteps moving away from you. Right, not. There we go. Ground below your feet disappears. You tumble down through the darkness. It's a rather spectacular entrance. All systems seem to be intact, though. Oh, on with follow us, beanpole. They hurry away. Go south. Welcome to our canyon. You look to be from out of town. On behalf of all of us, I would like to thank you for saving our compadre from the hunters. You are welcome to stay in the canyon as long as you like. When you are ready to leave, simply say the word, and my assistants will show you the only way out for a being of your size. When you leave, however, we must seal the exit behind you for our own protection. Goodbye and good luck. Let's save. And now, quite literally, say the word. Put gem in mouth, apparently. Ah, better. Not a general a great deal better, but better. Okay. Hearing guttural moan echoing through the narrow caves. You're not sure which direction it came from. The only thing you do know is that you just soiled your undergarments. Okay. Get down. Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess this is the left until the second ladder then. If not. Maybe it's the second ladder on this one. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff that you would definitely get lost trying to do without a guide. All right. You have an opportunity to stand and spare your tender knees. The crystal clear water gives off a gentle glow. In abundance, it is able to light the room. You take the glowing gem from between your aching jaws. You notice it is overly moist as you slip it into your pocket. All right. Go into the stream and go east. Take the right fork. Another monstrous subterranean chamber. You realize that the water is now racing towards a giant whirlpool in the middle of the area. You are caught in the strong current, powerless to alter your course. And honestly, in this case, why would I? I want to go down the whirlpool. Your body is sucked down until finally you are able to risk no more and must yield to the overwhelming force. Quite a trip peering around, you find yourself back in the open again. All right, let us save one more time. And I know I just did an ad break, but I actually need to do a bio break here quick. That'll take a little bit. So let me go ahead and do that, and then we will come back with more of this in just a moment. So I'll see you guys shortly. I am back again. Sorry about that little bit of a delay. As I said, sometimes stuff happens. I needed to use the restroom quick, but hopefully we will be fine for a bit. So let's go ahead and head back on into the game and prepare for some more nasty stuff. Namely, we head this way and blow whistle. Incredibly whirring, grinding sound coming from the north. Okay, now we blow. Suddenly, a Libyan terror beast buzzes into the room like a tornado, and he looks like he could do as much damage as one. Alright. Throw puzzle. Let's get the prompt ready. So he's interested in your offering. But and he reaches down. Seems quite perplexed by the puzzling plastic. So go here. Get stone. Pick up a small rock generated during the Terror Beast's grand entrance. Go through here. Hide behind the bushes. Throw stone at guard with porter. Cleverly use the athletic supporter to sling the rock to the guard, make serious contact with the side of his head. We like the way you think. Drops like a lead parakeet. The ripe thud on impact is momentarily sickening. He is perfectly still. Insert key card. Add the key card into the slot, then remove it. As soon as the elevator door closes behind you, the platform on which you rest begins to rise. Okay. Enter ship. From when you landed, the entry hatch being on the rear left of the shuttle. So I guess we're... So maybe it's here? Where? I hate this, because this doesn't even give a good... Maybe it's... here? There we go. Alright. Let's save. Alright. Look. Control. Okay, everything looks automatic. The panel is loaded with clusters of system status indicators. There is a power button, an attitude dial, and a descent thruster button. Look, altitude dial. Maybe it's attitude. The attitude dial sets throttle control to either VAC, vertical attitude control, or hack, horizontal attitude control. It is currently set to hack. Okay. So it is attitude. Push power button. Set dial VAC. Two dials now set to VAC. Push thruster button. Shuttle begins to vibrate as the ascent thrusters ignite. Pull throttle. All right, ascent thrusters ready. Attitude system vertical control forward, descend, back, ascend. Use up and down key to control descent, ascent. The goal is to ascend. Set dial hack. Hull will contact you and take control of the shuttle. I guess we just ascend. You're off the planet. Good work, Roger Wilco. Now, tone sounds, a soft-synthesized voice notes the adequate attitude has been achieved. Descent thrusters are now ineffective. The monitor draws your attention again. Okay, set dial hack. Now set to hack. Okay, screens are suddenly splashed with an incredibly horrible image of sludge of a hall. Hello, Roger Wilco. I've been waiting for you. Once again, my subordinates have failed me. Anyway, it looks like you'll be visiting me again soon. Don't bother trying to pilot the vehicle. I've taken control. You will be arriving at my command post shortly. I anxiously await your arrival. He closes with a chilling laugh. His image is frozen on the screen. The ship changes course as if it had a life of its own. All you can do is hang on. Captured. All right. Okay, so yeah, we can't do anything here. You fill the ship bank. So, this part apparently is a bit of a death trap. So we're gonna want to save regularly, supposedly. Through the window, you see your apparent destination, the Hall's asteroid. Doesn't seem like we've got too much more left to go with the score we're currently sitting at on the game. Having a guide does kind of help, and yeah, it's with so much of it being typing as opposed to being able to use my mouse and do stuff. I don't think I could have played through this without the guide. They must made doors meet, jarring the entire vehicle. I'd never played this one, so I wanted to experience it at least once. All right. So you step down, the shuttle door slams shut behind you. You are quite surprised not to find several of the hall's guards waiting to greet you. You begin to ponder what the twisted scientist might have in store for you. So, save, and save often. So, from the shuttle, we want to go east, apparently. And oh, this is our chance to basically play through our Star Wars dreams and enter a Death Star. Not Vice. 5. Again, save. Funny feeling you're being watched. Gee, I don't know. Could it be the camera that suddenly turned to look at us? East, and then we go east again. And here. Push button. We're supposed to look around before we go in. An occasional strange noise. Guess not. Aha. You know a janitor calls it when you smell one. Almost at once you sense an emptiness, melancholy, longing. You begin to feel homesick. Look around. Quite dark in here. There's a small waste basket on the floor. Next to it is a pair of crusty work overalls. Get basket. Aren't you amazed by how much stuff an adventuring game hero can carry? You've just got to know how. You've just got to know how to pack. Get overalls. You pick up the overalls. They are very small and quite worn out, not to mention filthy, and of no use to you. You toss them back on the floor. As you set them down, something falls to the floor. Look, floor. You see some filthy overalls and a lighter. Get lighter. All right, now we return to the elevator. We'll save first. Because I feel like death, even following this, I still feel like death is around. I bet if we had tried to walk a little bit further forward, we'd have been grabbed and killed. Doesn't have the fun death stuff, though, that the other games do, so. It's just text. Alright. Once we are in the elevator, we go down to floor 4. Again, we're on a new floor. Let's save. East. 3 times now. Alright, so this is what we're looking for. We can use either room, apparently. Push button. Oh, God. This is why I like not having to type. Oh. Well, isn't that just well, it's what's the word? Inclusive of them. Open door. get paper. Apparently, there is a fun, if we go ahead and do close door and then use toilet. You slide your uniform pants down and settle onto the cool drink. You go through whatever emotions might be normal for you during this act. Refreshed, grab your pants and compose yourself. They use the toilet. Use sink. Faucets aren't operational. Valhalla didn't seem big on personal hygiene. Ah. Now I wish I hadn't done that. Let's save again. Push button. Look around. It's quite dark in here. On the floor, you notice a glass cutter. Get cutter. Alright. So now we return to the elevator. This will take a little bit. You know, yeah. There's so much to this. Like I said, had it been standard point and click, I probably wouldn't be using the nice little guide that I'm using. But yeah, this is a fun game. Like I said, these are nice for night like this because I just want to chill and chat. And if you guys have anything you want to talk about, just let me know. I'm always up to a nice conversation while going through stuff like this. So now he's 4-3. Oop. I have a feeling that would kill us if we weren't careful. Who needs janitors when you have Roombas? Pretty sure that's what that was supposed to be, is a Roomba that, like I said, had we save. Guess we need to go a little bit further there too. There's the door. Get prompted. Are you kidding me? That's the other reason I like the point and click. Look around. You do find a plunger, however. Oh wait. Get plunger. Cool. We're not gonna make ourselves look like a Dalek, are we? Now to return to the elevator. There was a Dalek in the first game. when we were looking through when they showed all the robots. Besides the like Danger Will Robinson, there was the Dalek. No Cybermen, I don't think. So at least it didn't full on Doctor Who rip off, only partially. All right, head back in. Hit 1. So there's no floor 2. All right. Now turn the shuttle and walk down the stairs. This is probably a good point to save again. The door behind you closes solidly. Barrier springs up. Barrier stands in your way. All right. Below you, it's moving to the left. As far as you can towards the west. Sliding floor starts to move. And last possible, stick plunger on wall. All right. Stick plunger on wall. There. Go ahead and save. Save in the trap. Using formerly uncharacteristic creativity, you apply the suction cup-like plunger to the smooth metal finish and hang on for dear life. Once a janitor, always a janitor. Release. Grip. You release your grip and drop back down. Okay. Look. Oops. Come on. Ceiling. Yeah, it looks ordinary except for some fixtures that look like sprinklers. Okay, so put paper in basket. Drop basket. Light. Basket. No. Through a nice hosing yourself, the basket fire is extinguished. Seconds later, a loud series of pops is followed by the smell of fried electronics. Alright, sense accomplished and cease operation. Let's call it now trapped. But we're good. So now we go east and then east again. Your fire and subsequent shower seems to have shorted out the burnished bullies. Ah! So yeah, all those things would have probably killed us. That's the point of the fire. Cool, got it. Okay. Climb the stairs that lead to Vahal. You have just entered Vahal's secret chamber. The evil one himself is seated before a large console high on a platform in the center of the room. Standing obliviously ready are many of the dreaded salesman clones. So, Roger Wilco, we meet again. I must say, I'm quite impressed with your resourcefulness and tenacity. I'd love to chat, but I'm busy preparing the last of my salesman clones for their trip to Xenon. Feel free to stick around and observe the downfall of your civilization. Ha ha ha. Going somewhere? Ha ha ha. As soon as you step on the platform, you are struck by a beam of light emitted from a unit in the ceiling. In a matter of seconds, you are broken down into microparticles and extracted from the air. Again, the beam strikes, this time blasting into a glass jar on the console. It is there that you are molecularly reconstructed in a miniaturized form. Well, I'll be darned, my miniaturization beam does work, Vahal's voice booms. In the old days, I'd test these things on myself, but as you may have noticed by my appearance, being my own guinea pig has had its disadvantages. I guess this will keep you out of my way once and for all. You'll have a nice conversation. You'll make a nice conversation piece. With that, Vahal turns away to put finishing touches on Xenon's fate. All right, use cutter. The newly cut pane of glass falls to the counter. Apparently, Vahal doesn't notice. Walk to the vent. Climb vent. You wiggle your slim carcass through the vent. I think this is the thing. So, push button. Way to go, Roger Wilco. You've just disconnected Vahal's life support system. He's gone without it. Climb out. You can see Vahal struggling to take his last few breaths. Not you again! You think you have won, he wheezes, but all you have done is to seal your own fate. He reaches up and flips a switch on the far end of the console before dropping to the floor dead. Go west. Let's save again. Alright, go to the on-off switch. Doesn't feel like we've got that much left, so I don't think we'll take a break. We'll just go ahead and finish this with the guide. Full switch. Let's type enlarge. Go east. Go back into the jar. You are once again reconstituted, this time to the correct size. You notice that the clones are gone. Alright, we go up to him. Search the body. The examination of his repulsively turgid, fabric-encased mass reveals nothing other than the tubes which supplied him with blood and oxygen. You do notice the letters SHSR written in pen on the back of his left hand. Walk to the flashing monitor. Look. Monitor. General status, orbital decaying, pregnant terminal, interior environment okay. Clone launch go, to abort launch, enter code below. SHSR. So literally, he wrote the code on the back of his hand because he'd forget it. Okay. Sure. Oh, this is why I need to not stop paying attention. You found one more way to snatch humiliation from the drops of heroism. It's also why we just saved. So we walk up the stairs. No. Seriously? Wow. Really crappy stairs. Okay. Uh, get mask. You open the box and notice an oxygen mask. Remove it and close the box. Wear mask. Walk through the tube until you get out of it. All right. Yeah, this is basically about to be it. So we go through here. Let's see. Walk west. Keep walking until you come to an escape pod. Being guarded by robots that will kill you if you get too close. If able to walk to one screen before the escape pod, change the game speed to slowest possible. Tubing has fractured from combined stress and pressurized atmosphere rushes. You're wearing the mask, protecting you from suffocation. Alright. Mask, you remove it and stow it for later. Okay, walk west and keep walking until you come to the escape pods. Okay. Oh, this is loud and annoying. So we're gonna have a bit of a walking sequence coming up. Let's save one more time, just because I don't know where the escape pods are. Okay, it's here. 40 minutes until meltdown. A synthesized voice cheerfully announces. Okay. Herbert regarding a missing metallic pest will now be... Oh. So I think he would have... This is why we saved. Alright, I guess that's... Okay. So hence the... Why they said the game speed thing. Nope. So... We apparently need to do slow. push button and get ready for enter pod. It's permissible for you to be here since you are in the pod already. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Cool. On entering the escape pod, you quickly take your seat. Look around. You are seated inside one of the emergency escape vehicles. Before you lies a control panel and a viewport. Push button. Morning, emergency escape vehicle launch which has begun. Oh. Launch time, T minus 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, well, I guess we get the little video here. Phew, you're going to have to stop cutting these escapes so close, Roger Wilco. Well, you must feel pretty good right now. You stopped Vahal from carrying out his threat, ultimately destroying the Twisted Scientist himself. You also managed to save your own skin, and just look at that score. Pretty darned impressive. I guess we missed something? Suddenly, a warning signal draws your attention to the oxygen meter on the front panel. It reads low and dropping fast. This is just great. You knew it was all too good to be true. You have maybe 5 minutes of air left. Well, Roger Wilco, it was nice knowing you. Now you take the time to view the interior of the pod in more detail. You see a sleep chamber against one wall. Open chamber. Oh, I have to actually move. Okay. Open chamber. Turn back to you turn back the plexiglass chamber. Enter chamber. You make the split-second decision to enter the sleep chamber. It seals automatically. Soon you are overcome by a pleasant drowsiness. This is certainly better than suffocating. You begin to drift away into a deep sleep with the satisfaction of having accomplished your task. You've come through in the clutch, and you deserve a nice long rest. Now, if someone would just pick you up somewhere along the way. So long, Roger Wilco, and thanks again for saving your people. There we go. That is that one. I said, this was definitely, I needed to do this. Oh. Apparently there was also a quick thing you could do. There's a whole bunch of deaths you could also aim for if you wanted to, but that's fine. Don't foresee anything. There, so. Other than, I mean, I don't know how well you guys are hearing it. This is the classic Space Quest Sierra music. Alright, I think since the music is done, that would be it for this game then. I believe from this point, Space Quest 3 may still require me to type some stuff for the version that's in there, but after 3, we're definitely back into mostly point and click thing. So while guides will probably still be available for if I get stuck, I'm going to try to minimize any use of them. Hope you guys did enjoy this though today, and yeah, we might sometime in the next day or two we'll probably be back with the next one. Otherwise, tomorrow on my normal afternoon stream, it's Friday, so we will be back into Chrono Cross. So always down again to chat with you guys while playing that as well. That's noon to 6 Eastern time is when I do my mainstreaming every day except for Sunday. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see y'all next time. Later.